against me, I'ma bet it all. Only know wins and lessons, never took a loss. I'ma change the game and level up, cause I'm a boss. So I'm telling boys, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, y'all. Tell them boys, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, y'all. Tell them go, act up, act up, act up, act up, act up, y'all. Tell them go, act up, wait. Wait a minute, baby. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, y'all. Tell them go, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, y'all. Tell them go, act up, act up, act up, act up, act up, y'all. Tell them go, act up, act up, act up, act up, act up. East side, y'all know where the best be. West side, say it with your chest when you speak. North side, I know y'all gon' keep it going up, but down here we knock if you buck. Cause I am from the south, keep my name out your mouth. Yeah, I got it out the mud, I put my hand to the plow. I ain't never looking back, 10 toes to the ground. And you know I'm trippin', you can go and wipe me down, cause we gon' set it off. Set it off. If the odds are against me, I'ma bet it all. Only know wins and lessons, never took a loss. I'ma change the game and level up, cause I'm a boss. So I'm telling boys, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, y'all. Tell them boys, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, y'all. Tell them go, act up, act up, act up, act up, act up, y'all.
Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of the Playback podcast. And today we have literally one of my best friends in the whole wide world, and I don't use that phrase lightly. He's a minister, he's an artist, world-renowned artist, soon to be Grammy Award winner, Stellar Award winner, father, everything you can name besides a mechanic. My boy Al Cherry, you know him as Big Al. What's up, brother?
What's up, baby?
It's good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming.
Man, I'm glad to be, on the Playback, man.
It's been a while since we didn't talk, man, so I'm glad you came by, bro.
Yeah, I felt jealous when you had Michael Douglas on. I was like, bruh.
Because I talked to a football player and I didn't talk to you.
Exactly. I was like, man.
Because you had some stories about the state championship.
Exactly, man. Nah, I was just
playing.
Hey, no, I do. Nah,
that's all good, but we'll get into it.
No doubt.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about. Many of you may know him, some of you might not. So we're gonna go from the beginning.
That's cool.
Tell me about the early years of Al Cherry.
Yeah, man. So I'm born and raised right here in Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Went to Lincoln Elementary, which is Roy Neal Shelling, senior elementary now, you know what I'm saying? East side, you feel me? Like, here, I built the East. No, I'm just playing. And then, man, real crazy, situations. My fifth grade year at Lincoln Elementary School, I was the student council president. Wow. It's the first time that a fifth grader was elected to that position. And that particular year, the vice president of the United States came to Monroe, was Dan Quell.
Wow.
Stopped by the school on his way back to the airport, got a chance to greet him and give him 2 T-shirts from Lincoln. He had some Lincoln Leopard T-shirts. Sad part is I got on international TV, cameras in my face, and used the wrong word. I was like, we'd like to represent you with these 2 T-shirts. I was like, and in my mind, I was like, did you say represent, son? Like, but it was crazy. So that, and then my 6th grade year, I actually went to J.S. Clark Magnet School. That was the first year that J.S. Clark became a magnet school. Wow. And so I was a part of the first graduating class of that situation, and just got a chance to speak for the 6th grade graduation this year, man. Emory graduated.
Yeah, my bad.
Man. And so, I got a chance to be the commencement speaker for a graduation. Then, of course, Carroll Junior High, Carroll High School, and from there, went to Grambling State University, majored in pure mathematics, and graduated with a degree in that, and then did alternative teacher certification at Louisiana Tech University and started teaching school. And I taught, a number of years in the Ouachita Parish school system in my first year, Monroe City school system. And then at the same time I started teaching school was when my music career started to bud.
Wow. And
so I started doing that, and youth pastoring all at the same time, pretty much. And it was just crazy, man. And it just kind of grew and festered and grew. And then I left teaching after 13 years, and we started a radio station that was the first ever Christian rap radio station that was on a full power terrestrial FM radio dial. And I did that for almost 8 years. And now, man, I'm just, out here solo dolo, self-employed, doing music and ministry. So,
really
man.
Self-employed street.
Yeah.
I want to back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
So what kind of student was Al Cherry? Let's go elementary
Okay.
to junior high.
Okay, real talk. I was exceptional. No, real talk, man. It was I was like you. I was a gifted student.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of y'all don't know that about
chill
one.
out.
Like a lot of y'all don't know that
With
about
the 4.0
Exactly.
But
A lot of
you
you,
in conduct, no.
exactly. A lot of y'all don't know about Trey Wheeler. Trey is a gifted and talented student. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like I was in gifted and talented as well. I took tests very well. You know what I'm saying? But just like you, horrible conduct. Like I wasn't bad. I just talked, and then not only did I talk too much, it was like I used to hate to see my friends not at the level that I was. So I used to always try to help them, and I would get in trouble for talking to them. So, you know what I'm saying, throughout elementary, junior high, I was, 4.0. In high school, I did get a B from Brenda Dixon.
Wow.
It was actually a C, and they
with you.
changed it to a B because I was homebound my freshman year. I had football career-ending surgery on my shin. Yeah, man, I was in a wheelchair, man. It was crazy. Real talk. So, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why you should have had me on. Like, people, y'all don't even know that, but it's what it is. But, yeah, man, yeah, man.
You was actually starting varsity.
Hey, but, everybody thought I was going to be cold. Like, no lie, like, because, my dad's almost 6'3", you know what I'm saying? And he was a dog, on the football field. And everybody was thinking that, what I'm saying? I ain't going to lie, like, I was kind of soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, and basketball was my favorite sport.
Gotcha.
And, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people used to be like, you too big to play basketball, but I was nice. You know what I'm saying? And Coach Joe Ross, shout out to Joe Ross. Like, I made the team, 7th grade year basketball team. Like, I was dogging them boys. And then they changed our coaches the day before our first game. Coach Ferris became the 7th grade boys coach. He said, you're not playing no basketball. Yeah, you don't play football. You can work out with them and get your weight down, but you're not playing no basketball. So I never got to do it. But anyway, but I did. I had surgery, and but while I was homebound, she wasn't sending me any work.
Oh, wow.
And then like she just gave me a C, and it was like what? Like she didn't know who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, yeah. So I ended up graduating from Carroll with a 3.9. I was number 2 in the class, behind Roy Garrick Sims.
Yeah, was he smarter than you?
Oh, Roy is the smartest dude I've ever met in my life.
So he deserved it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like
so
Roy.
Cool with number 2.
Oh man, no doubt. Like I knew it from 6th grade. We met at Clark.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he went to Burke Jones Lane.
Oh wow.
And so we got to Clark and at 6th grade, and then 7th and 8th grade. When we got to 9th grade, both of us took the ACT. In 9th grade, he made a 29.
Wow.
I made a 22. And so everybody was like, hold on, who the little black boys at Carroll that made 22 and 29 on the ACT as freshmen? So, we were, man, but I knew, like,
you got it.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew I was going to go to Grambling. So I asked him, I was like, at the time, in order to get a full ride scholarship, presidential merit scholarship at Grambling, you had to have a 24 on the ACT. Just so people to know this about me, like, I'm going to do, like, the sad part is I would never go for the gusto. I'm going to go for what I need.
You need the 24. Hey, I'm going to give you a 24.
I gave him 25.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it was. Like, it was just like being, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
but like, so Roy had a 30. And he went to Southern University. Shouts out to Roy Sims, man. He went to Southern University and majored in engineering. And when he graduated, man, he was one of the top 10 engineering students in the country. You know what I'm saying? And so he works at ExxonMobil now. He does incredible work, man, and he's a great guy. And but yeah, man. So I graduated number 2 from Carroll. I did pretty good academically growing up, man. So I'm very fortunate, to say that. But yeah, that's the kind of student I was. I was kind of a brain, but at the same time, I was I like to talk. I like to tell jokes. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely a clown. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got done with your work quicker than
than everybody else. So I'm in trouble.
Just looking around.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about that was, you know what I'm saying? That, like, everybody who know me, they know, like, I'm foolish on the roast tip. You feel me? Like, but it was like, I used to get tired. Like, Aaron Peeve and them, man, they used to crack on me so bad. And like one day, I couldn't take it no more. And so like one day we were in class in 4th grade, Lou Ann Sam's class, and Aaron Peavy told a joke, and Keisha Dublin started laughing. And I was just like, yo, I just told every fat joke I knew. Like the ones that they said and ones they didn't even know. And so when I got done, I was like, you finished? You got anything else to say? And he was just looking at me, and I was like, now let me talk about your mama. And everybody bust out laughing. And so when that happened, I was like, oh, what's that? So from there, I would just, would up, and then I could do impersonations of people. So like that was the thing too. So I would do that. But yeah, man, I was a decent student growing up.
So extracurricular, I heard you mention football, basketball. Were you ever in choir?
Yeah, man. Actually, that's funny, man. I was in the band.
Really?
I started out in the band. Yeah, I started out. My first instrument was baritone.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I played baritone. I played trumpet. I played trombone and tuba.
Wow.
Matter of fact, your cousin was instrumental in helping me learn the tuba. That was Mandel Wheeler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mandel was a freak of nature when he was growing up.
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He could hear so well. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the band, and then I got in choir. My freshman year at Carroll, I was in the choir. Miss Ludley was our director. Shouts out to Miss Ludley. And man, to me was one of my greatest moments, but one of my worst moments happened all in the same time. Freshman year, we were at Carroll High School, and it's the Christmas program. And we had this guy named Billy Nettles. Billy Nettles was a clown. He was a clown. Everybody knew him to be a clown, everything. But nobody knew Billy could sing because he clowned so much. So Miss Ludley had put together an ensemble. It was Billy, Kevin Wright, Demetrius Wayne, Carlo Taylor, Jeffrey Brown, Angela Smith, me, and I'm missing somebody. But so we're up there to sing Silent Night by the Temptations. And my boy Billy got up there, and everybody, we all out there, ooh, 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 hitting with that. And so Billy got to the microphone, and already everybody is about, like, they holding it.
Yeah.
So Billy get up there with the purest Silent Night. Pure first tenor.
Yeah.
And everybody said, "Ma!" Everybody started laughing. They, Billy. And no lie, Billy cussed out everybody on the microphone. He was like, "Man, F all y'all. Man, forget this." And he threw the microphone down and walked out. Wow. And our principal, Mr. Gray was sitting on the stage. Man, Mr. Gray was just laughing. He didn't even say that. He just trying to hold it. He see a dimple on the side of his face. Rest in peace, Mr. Gray. So all of a sudden, my man, Kevin Wright, we call him Pee-wee. Pee-wee picked up the mic. Pee-wee grabbed him up. Pee-wee came out with the Silent Night, but when he got to the hole, and everybody, brah, and then Pee-wee cussed everybody out and dipped out. Miss Ludley never stopped playing. She hitting us with the yee. She hitting us with the whole thing. So then I'm nervous. I'm telling Angie, everybody love Angie, because Angie can sing. I'm like, Angie, go grab the mic. She said, I ain't touching the microphone. I said, Angie, please grab it. I'm not getting the microphone. Then LaSheba, the quartet group, you
Chris
recorded
Lowry.
it. Chris Lowry's wife,
Yep,
LaSheba.
I got you.
LaSheba came out of the back. She was a freshman like I was. She came out of the back of the choir risers, blowing down with no microphone.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way she was not singing, she was running the scales
Crazy.
and was killing.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, in the middle of our Christmas program, our entire class jumped up and started hollering, "Freshman!" Boom, boom, boom. Freshman! They started beating under that. It's crazy. So so we sitting there, but LaSheba, to get them calm, LaSheba killing. Well, I had the ad-lib on the hook. I had the ad-lib, you feel? It's my freshman year, you feel? So I get up on it, relax your mind and sleep. And then everybody said, "Skeet!" Everybody was like, and what was so bad was the reason why I didn't call me, my sister was a senior, and I'm a freshman. Okay. So I knew, everybody knew me. I'm Keisha's little brother. So it was Skeet. Keisha, look at your little brother. And my sister was shaking her head like, oh my God. So that was like the horrible moment. And then I got out of choir my sophomore, junior year. I got back in choir my senior year. And that particular year, my late uncle, Roosevelt Pine, became the choir director at Carroll. Gotcha. And I walked in. I had it on my schedule my senior year. And "What you doing in here?" And I was like, "I'm in choir." "Boy, no, you ain't." I said, "Yes, I am." "Let me see your schedule." I looked at it. He gonna say, "I bet you have one of those low baritone voices." I was like, "No, I don't think so." I don't think so at all. My voice didn't change until my senior year.
Wow.
So like he started going up the scale and like just in my natural voice, I was second soprano. So he was like, So he started training me, and lo and behold, man, my senior year I made All State Choir.
Wow.
And was the only student from Carroll that year who made All State Choir. So I went down to All State with Mr. Inslee and the students from Wasman.
Yeah.
So that year they had like Tawana,
Tarver?
not Tawana Tarver, the other Tawana.
James.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Tawana James, but Tawana Tarver was there too. Who used to Jerry?
I heard about
Jeremy Lewis, not Jeremy, the one that played with us, and Damian Lawson. So I went down with all of them. Oh man, it was
that is
bro. You gotta
crazy.
understand, man. They were on the bus just singing, and I at that time I didn't know much about gospel songs.
I got you.
Bro, they were just saying. I was just mesmerized, like the harmony they would put. And I'm talking about and then Jeremy was so cold when we were at All State, and Jeremy knew he had the juice.
Yeah.
He jumped down on the piano and started playing and started singing Boys and Men. So all the little white girls was on him. You know what I'm saying? They was on him. Yeah. But yeah, man. So my senior year, I made All State Choir, and from there I auditioned with Dr. Cheryl Clancy at Grambling State University, and I got a scholarship. I sung in the choir at Grambling State University. When I first got to Grambling, man. So yeah, man. That was my extracurricular. I was in the choir.
So choir, band, basketball, football. Let me ask you this.
Track 2.
Really?
Yeah, I threw the shot put in the discus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't know all that.
Yeah.
So you just all around athlete.
Oh man, I was mediocre at best. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna lie. When it came to basketball, I was nicer than everybody. Cause the only problem was I was chubby. Like everybody was like, man, you too big. You know, you lose weight. But I even made the basketball team in high school under Coach Hartwell. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. And you know what I'm saying? Like it was cool, man. But like we had dogs, man, and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was mediocre at best. Shot put, I wasn't that good. Discus, I was pretty good at. You know what I'm saying? But as I went on in high school, I just kind of left all that alone, and I was working. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really participate in sports. But I did become the school's play-by-play announcer.
For the sports.
Yeah,
Okay.
basketball mostly, but for football and basketball prior to graduating.
Wow.
And I was the pep rally announcer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to crank them up.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
So let's talk about when did the love for music actually start?
Oh man.
I don't want to limit it to when the love for singing or
Oh no.
Let's talk about just music.
Yeah. So growing up, you know what I'm saying, my mom's, you know, she didn't really play much music, but she would hit us with that Karen White, Superwoman, and Freddie Jackson Jam Tonight. You know what I'm saying? So and then she was crazy about Luther Vandross. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I was cool with that, but it was like, you know, I used to mimic people. So I just used to always like the times that we would go to church, I would listen to like the way certain people would sing, and I would get back home and I would mimic them. But like I think that my real love for music started when I saw Purple Rain.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, when I watched the movie with Prince, I was like, my God, like I wanted to be. How you tell people he was my daddy? You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm so for real, man. Like I had a Prince poster and everything. I got put out of Anna Gonzalez, my first grade teacher, put me out of class one day because I was singing Darling Nikki, and I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, I'm in class I'm coloring. Yeah. I knew a girl named Nikki, I guess you, like I'm going in, you feel me? But yeah, man, so my love for music started then, you know what I'm saying? Like but then like it was more so like popular R&B music, you know what I'm saying, that I was more connected to. But then I got connected to a few gospel songs. My grandmother, of course, you know what I'm saying, on Sunday, it was like in our church on Sundays, my grandma would turn on KYEA, 98.3, and Pearlie Tyler. Check it out and lock it down, you know. And every Sunday we would hear Rough Side of the Mountain by F.C. Barnes. And my grandma sometimes like, sang it for me, Skeet. And, you know, this old lady, you know, so I used to just do that stuff. I used to love, you know what I'm saying, like just, I think more than just that, I fell in love with entertaining.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, you know, and I tell people that now, like I think that more than just being like, I don't consider myself to be like just a foolish singer, a foolish rapper, foolish speaker, but like I'm a dope entertainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
big
And like,
difference.
and that is what I loved growing up. When I started seeing like Michael Jackson on TV and I see MC Hammer and you know what I'm saying, these are people that I was like, yo, they killing it, you know. And it was like I wanted to, like I fell in love with that.
Gotcha.
And then to be honest, like, you know, even though I was in choir, I didn't know a lot, but my mentor, the late great Derek Nation, the day after I graduated from high school, he came by our house, and he and my mom were really good friends. He stopped by. He was like, "Say, man, what you doing now that you graduated?" And I was like, "None. Still working at McDonald's." He was like, "He say, what you think about working at the radio station?" And I was like, "Working at the radio?" I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
So I went to KXLA AM 990, and I was AC Love. And I was like, this is AC Love right here, KXLA AM 990. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and we were on from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that's when I got introduced to the world of gospel music,
Gotcha.
like talking about.
Okay.
And I fell in love with gospel music. And that was like after my senior year in high school.
Wow.
It was like, that was the first time, and this is 1996, that was the first time I discovered Commissioned.
Wow.
I had never heard of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they had this album coming out called Irreplaceable Love, and they sounded like Boys to Men.
Yeah.
And like to me, and not knowing, I didn't know that Boys to Men sounded like them.
Right,
you feel me?
right.
But to me, they sounded like Boys to Men. I was like, yo, who is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I became enamored with them. And then Dietrich Haddon had an album coming out called This Is My Story.
Yes, sir.
And I became enamored with him. And then we had this compilation album that was sent to us, Grape Tree Records out of Houston. It was a Christian hip hop label, and it was called Music to Ride to Volume 2.
Okay.
And they had these rappers like Antonius, Lil Rascal, New Wine. Like, I had never heard of gospel rap or Christian rap.
Yeah.
And I put it on, I'm like, yo, this crazy, you know? And so this whole world opened up to me. And I had, you know, I heard "Is My Living in Vain," but I had never listened to the Clark Sisters.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I had never listened to, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of these people. And now I will say this: a year prior to that is when I became a Christian. I know we're gonna get into that,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. That was the introduction to that was, and the way I became a Christian was simply by listening to John P. Key.
Wow.
Like that was a whole big
Wow.
deal for me. So yeah, man, my love for music started when I was a kid, but even more so entertaining. But I fell in love with the sound of gospel music like after my senior year in high school.
I got you.
Yeah.
So that we can segue into that. Did you grow up in church?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I went on second, fourth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had the usher.
Yeah.
You know, like no disrespect. Like shout out to St. Timothy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's the church I grew up in. And, you know, I wanted to be in the choir. You know what I'm saying? I used to, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I wanted to do everything my older sister did.
Gotcha.
So my older sister was in the choir. I wanted to get in the choir. And they was like, well, you got to get baptized. I say, I got to get in the pool? They was like, yeah, put me in the pool. It's nothing. Like,
It's
you
nothing
know what I'm saying?
at
I was like, put me in the pool, let's do it. I went to one choir rehearsal, man, and man, they was all clowning me. Skeet, you can't sing, you know, all this stuff.
Who's
and
playing at the time?
Chucky, that's my cousin,
At
Elbert Johnson.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
the Chucky.
Elbert, yeah, Elbert Chucky Johnson.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Chucky. He was playing, and then when Derek was in town, Derek could hop on the organ. You
Gotcha,
feel me?
gotcha.
Oh, we was rocking back then.
Yeah.
That's what Togetherness Choir came out of.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna talk about it,
Yeah.
but that's,
I
you know
heard
what I'm
St.
saying.
Timothy was something serious.
Oh, we was nice.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had a nice choir. You feel me? And a lot of them used to sing in Togetherness Choir. And so yeah, man, they clowned me so hard. My first Saturday, Miss Minnie was like, hey, you ain't got to do that. You can be on the usher board. So I became an usher.
Okay.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had the usher, you know, youth Sunday was second Sunday.
Okay.
So I used to make sure I'm there second Sunday, and then I would go some fourth Sundays. But, like, I was just, you know, I was in church, you know, going through the motions.
You was going.
Yeah, man, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You know, I used to, I really didn't get involved unless the Free Sisters were singing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember
Maxine, Stephanie,
Free. Yeah.
Mamie, you know what I'm saying? When they sung, I used to want to marry all of them.
Right.
I love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
All of you.
When I was, yeah, all three y'all together. You know what I'm saying? And then Dorothy Nation, Derek's
Yes,
mom.
Lord.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Sweet lady.
When she would
Sweet
sing,
lady.
when Conley Treadway, that's my older cousin, Deacon Treadway, we call him, you know what I'm saying? We call him Bud, like Suge. I mean, Cutting Suge. But he was the first person I heard used to sing and be like, you know what I'm saying, when he sung, and it was just, I used to be gone. But like outside of that, I wasn't really just involved at church, and but that's a church I grew up in, and I definitely did go. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had a little journey. You know what I'm saying, from my freshman year to my junior year, where I kind of got into this thing of questioning everything, and so I didn't. At one time, I probably like considered myself atheist, like I didn't believe in nothing.
What brought that about? Let's talk about that.
So like,
you said freshman and junior high school.
Yeah, like
junior
8th grade. Yeah,
okay.
No, my freshman year of high school, like I was just like, man, what is this? You know what, man? What would we doing, bro? Like, you know, and then of course, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I just wasn't plugged in, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I used to hate that, like, anytime I would put on a shirt and tie or a jacket, boy, you look like a preacher. And I was like, because I'm fat? Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I used to hate that. Like, I don't want to look like a preacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then what does a preacher look like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is the look?
So, so I started, like, asking all those kind of questions. Then, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm reading different things. I'm learning different things, you know, about history and about various religions.
You're a nerd too. So
exactly. So like I'm questioning, you know what I'm saying?
It don't make
like
sense.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm questioning a lot of stuff. And so yeah, man, I was just like I was just at this place where I was just torn. I was like, you know, nah, man, you know, the Lord didn't wake me up. My alarm clock woke me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like on that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And so, you know, eventually, you know what I'm saying, that all happened. And then I messed around and read the autobiography of Malcolm X. Wow. And then I saw the movie. Yeah. And to add insult to that injury for me, I went to Southern University the year between my junior and my senior year. And I ran into this guy who was a devout Muslim. Wow. They actually put me in a dormitory, and they messed up my room assignment, and I ended up staying in a room with a non-traditional student. He was a 27-year-old man that was a Muslim. And this dude was super disciplined. So 2:30 every morning, he rolled his carpet out. He facing the east, and he going in. Wow. So I was so intrigued. I started going to mosque meetings with him. You feel me? Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like when I could, I'm going to the mosque. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there listening to it. And you know, the thing of it is, I read the book, I watched the movie. So, you know, when they, you know, there were times they would ask, you know, y'all got questions, man, you know? So, you know, I'm like, brother, I have a question, you know what I'm saying? So I want to know about, you know, the death of Malcolm X. Why would he say, you know, blah, blah. And then I start asking other questions like about the 5% nation and blah, 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 and why, you know, y'all got these divisions. A lot of the times we would talk about so much of the division in church, but like nobody talks about the divisions even in the factions of like the Islamic faith. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we look at the bow tie Muslims, you know what I'm saying, and we think that that's the only faction. It's like, nah, that's not just the only faction. Like, but there's several factions in the Islamic faith, just like in the Christian faith. Gotcha. And so I started asking questions about it. You know what I'm saying? And brother, we gonna talk to you afterwards. Wow. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I started driving them. You know what I'm saying? Asking questions, and then you know what I'm saying? I came back home, man, and like right before that though. You know what I'm saying? Like right before that, I had become a Christian, but then like right after I became a Christian, I got put into that room with him. So it made me start questioning everything. Yeah. And then eventually what happened was it was like this light bulb came on, and I was like, if I was half as disciplined of a Christian as he is as a Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, it's not really that he got some different to offer the world or offer me. It's just that his discipline is different. You know, I'm not disciplined. Still, you know,
right.
Like, you know,
you
know what I'm saying? Like, but he was disciplined, and it challenged me then. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, well, let me apply some discipline to my Christianity, and yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? My life just, you know, I just became engrossed with learning the word. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, operating and, you know, in my faith and learning, you know, who God was.
So let me get even a little bit deeper. So during that tenure of you being possibly a Muslim or atheist, what was being said how was family acting?
Nobody knew.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
So because I was playing the game, I was still going to church. I was still ushering.
Okay. And this
You
is
know what
high
I'm
school.
saying?
You're
Yeah.
still in high school. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm still going to church. I'm still ushering. And then when I was at Southern, wasn't nobody down there. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to Mods meetings on my
And
own.
nobody knew Al.
Yeah, nobody checked. Well, I mean, my friends did. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there were couples who, me, Montreal Harris, Shyamalan Johnson, Roy Sims, all of us went down there to the program.
I got you.
But, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, my family I wasn't connected to my family while I was there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of them people. I wasn't one of them people that call and talk to my mom while I'm going to call and talk to my dad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do that. I was down there. You feel me? Yeah. And so nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Like really. And I was just, you know, but I was privately, you know what I'm saying, doing that and just, you know what I'm saying, masking it. You know what I'm saying, the whole time. But yeah, I didn't. Nobody had anything to say about it because nobody knew it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was that hard for you to even just? I'm not gonna say hide it or that's a totally different lifestyle.
Yeah.
Than what you used to. You know
Yeah. So it wasn't difficult to hide because I wasn't all the way in. I was, you know what I'm saying, processing and, you know, I was feeling it out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it wasn't it wasn't at all like a hard thing. It was just that I just wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, and the thing about me is I ask questions until it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying? Like that, and that was the thing, like going back to, you know, being a student, you know, when I'm in class and they introduce a new concept, if I don't get it, I'll jump. I'm like, excuse me. So what you saying that? But then when I get it, now I'm like, hey, your mama called me last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm in the class. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm distracting everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
so that was the thing. So I was just more so intrigued with what was, you know what I'm saying, the possibilities. Like, what are y'all learning? What do y'all do different? You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And so, you know, and I still, you know, found that to be true even in Christianity, man. I've been very fortunate to be in just about every kind of faction or denomination that you want to call in Christianity. You know what I'm saying? I serve very heavily right now with United Methodist churches. You know what I'm saying? Pentecostal churches, Church of God in Christ, Church of Christ, it's Assembly of God, Baptist, Southern Baptist, you know what I'm saying? National Baptist, you know what I'm saying? African Methodist Episcopal, you know what I'm saying? Like non-denominational, you know what I'm saying? Like I've just been in all the different arenas and, you know what I'm saying, just been able to function well, you know what I'm saying? And but I've learned so much being in the different spaces, you know what I'm saying? Because I even got love, man, from like, you know what I'm saying, like the Catholic Student Center at ULM some years ago, man, they embraced me for some reason. Like, it was crazy. They had this thing going on that was just like beyond belief, and like I ended up performing there twice.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was just, you know what I'm saying, it was something else. There's a guy, he had a program called, I can't remember the name of the program, but his name is Father Lijo.
Okay.
He moved back to India. And literally every year he reaches out to me, checking on me, how I'm doing, and you know what I'm saying, and he tells me, hey, whenever you want to come to India, let me know, you know, we can figure out something, you know, because, I mean, he was just, he was so, as he would say, profoundly impacted by the way I shared the love of Christ even in that place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it was great,
you.
man. So I've been able to be in those spaces and learn and navigate and pull the good from, extract what's great about all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, I've always been that way, just very interested in like, well, why y'all so different? Well, why y'all don't have instruments?
I got you.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Why
Just
y'all
asking
don't? Yeah, you know what I'm
questions,
saying? Why y'all don't? You know, or just sitting there enough to observe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
and it's not to I guess go hard on them.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
It's literally to learn.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Because that's me. That's not me. I'm not feeling, you know what I'm saying, challenge nobody in the way they feel God is leading them to, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, man, people question me.
Yeah.
You know, for,
Likewise.
you know, doing the music the style of music that I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been preached on quite a bit around here, you know.
For sure.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much how it was.
All right, let's push a little bit forward. So you said the light bulb came on and you felt the unction to give saved. What age, what grade or what age?
16.
16. Do you remember the exact moment?
Yep, it was a Wednesday night. Actually, the week that it happened, I think it was that Monday. I was walking down the hallway, and I passed the choir room at Carroll, and they was playing a song, and I walked in. I was like, and I was like, "It's church music," and they was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Who is that?" And Terrence Arnold said, "You don't know John B. Key?" And I was like, he was like, "Ski. John B. Key, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what he said. And I was like, and I was like, huh? He was like, Ski John B. Key, and I was like, and I'm listening, and the song that was playing was Jesus Is Real.
Wow.
I never heard the song,
Yeah.
but that mother was rolling, like, and I had never heard God. So that Wednesday, I was asking my mom, like, Mom, you take me to the mall? She said, what you going to the mall for? You got the money? I said, I want to go buy a tape. And then she was like, a tape. Yeah, that's how old I am. My bad. I apologize. Whatever.
Tape.
It is what it is.
A cassette tape.
Yeah, no doubt.
That goes in a tape player.
And you put play like definitely. Yeah, exactly. Thank God bless you. So I definitely asked for the, and so I was like, it's a church tape. She said, when you start listening to church music? I said, I started the day you take me to the mall. So she took me to the mall. I went there, got the John P. Key tape, came back, go in the room, pop it in the radio, you know what I'm saying, and I'm starting listening to it. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Then the song came on. I'm like, wow, yeah, this is what it is. But it wasn't. I thought it was Jesus Is Real. The song had the same melody. The song was called You Can Make It. So the choir and them are, you can make it.
Oh my God, I know that song.
You can make it. They going in. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, this is a different song. Then right after that, this song came on called Wave It Away.
Man, I love that song.
Isaac Kareem
Yes, the ballad.
is leading the song on it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Leading it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in the room and I got the bumps. You feel me? Like, the hell.
Yeah, it's standing up.
And I'm like, hold on. Like, I was finna turn it off.
What I'm feeling right
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was finna turn it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yeah, you supposed to feel this at church. You ain't supposed to feel this
right.
at the crib.
Not
you feel?
in your room. No.
So then right after that, this song came on called New Life.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never forget when it first started, John B. Key, like, preaching at the beginning. And it was like, boom, 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 boom. And he was like, oh, what a change. And I was like, and now the tears welling up. And when he got to the end of the song, I'll never forget, the song is fading out, which I used to hate the way songs would fade.
Great.
Right.
It's great right now. Why are y'all taking this
and
from
so
me?
in the preacher voice that he had, he was like, the devil don't like me. And like, he was doing all this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, he don't like me either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having a moment in the room, like he don't like me either. You feel? That's why he coming out to me every time I be trying to do good. You feel me? Like, and I'm in my room, like, and again, I can tell, I never been a thug. I don't know why when I would talk to the Lord, I get into this posture,
right.
like, me. You feel me? Like, I'm bawling in the room, bro, and I just knew what I felt, and I just literally in my bedroom, I was like, Lord, whatever I'm feeling right now, can I feel it for the rest of my life?
Wow.
Like, I just want to feel it all the time. Like, please. And it was in that moment, in that setting, when I gave my life to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And that, I think that's the reason why music is such, you know what I'm saying, it's like part of my purpose. It's like, because when your pastor can't be there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? See, now we got YouTube where our pastors can be there
all the time.
You know what I'm saying? But like back when in that moment we didn't have the YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But that cassette tape, man, that music, that song.
That was the word.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It revolutionized it. So I was 16.
So 16-year-old, you were a junior?
Yeah.
High school. So when that happened, did you do the whole church thing? Hey, I want to be saved and all that Sunday, or what happened soon after that?
So after that, like, it was weird, man. I didn't do the I want to go down to the altar thing or whatever. I literally just started like zoning out. Like, I started like,
question. Did you change?
Yeah, I started like, I'm talking about, bro, like, started reading my Bible like to the point where, like, bro, I got a car. And I was driving an 87 Chevette, and I used to have I know it's a kid and play car. I had shout out to Harold Harris. He sold me my first car. So I used to have the Bible open up on my passenger seat, bro.
Come on.
I was in, y'all don't even know. I was in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get to a stoplight, be over.
Oh man.
Man.
Oh,
Hey, I had zoned out, bro.
you was ready.
Yeah, like
You was
even
ready.
like man, like when like if I knew somebody was having like revival or something, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to go, like, and I had to work at McDonald's. I lied, but I'm sick. I can't make it.
To go hit a
And
word.
go like line and go to church. You know what I'm saying? It was
for sure.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I did, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, bro. I don't know. I had locked in, and then I just started serving. You know what I'm saying? Like it was almost like that. Whatever your hands find to do, do it. And I just started doing that, and then. You know what I'm saying? Like that just progressed into college and beyond, you know what I'm saying? And so and here we are now. I'm still like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying, like that, but I think that was a part of my foundation to get me to where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Cuz like one of the things that I am yet learning and I will stress to anybody in the world is balance. You know what I'm saying? Cuz I had got real heavy on one end and was deficient on a whole nother end. You feel me? So yeah.
So friends, so let me ask you this. You stop hanging out, you stop being goofy. Like tell me how crazy it got.
Nah, I didn't stop joking.
Okay.
Profanity left real fast.
Okay. So you were cursing.
Oh yeah, Bob.
Crazy.
Yeah, because people used to ask me all the time, hey, they were like, how do Chris Tucker from Friday?
Hey, so you had to say every word.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I do that. And so, you know what I'm saying? It's like that changed. Then like, you know, I wasn't really a hangout kind of dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying at all. But like, okay, so part of my testimony, you know, I started drinking when I was 9. You know what I'm saying? I was an alcoholic when I was in junior high school. And when I became a Christian, man, alcohol left.
Like but you was doing it right prior to that.
Yeah.
Like a week or so prior.
Like a month. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And it just left.
Yeah, I was just like,
what am I doing? What is this? I don't want this.
Yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew that it was just like, like I ain't never needed for nothing. I was just doing it because I could. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I never needed for anything. But yeah, like alcoholism and profanity, they left kind of fast. You know what I'm saying? So I did become judgmental.
Wow.
After that.
Wow.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was what caused a strain for, like, my mom's and my baby brother for a while. Because, like, I was just, you know, anything, like, y'all going to hell, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I had to learn balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, in everything. But yeah, man, I mean, like, that was the transformation that took place initially. Then the rest of the stuff I'm still working on.
So did you, let me ask you this, was it soon after you accepted your calling, or was that in college? So
that happened in college.
Okay. So let's start here. What was the plan your senior year or whenever you started making your college plan? What was the life plan, or what was the I'm gonna major in this?
Oh yeah, well I went to Grambling State to major in nursing. I was a nursing major. Yeah, I was a nursing major when I got to Grambling. Okay. Yeah. The idea was, one, I knew that male nurses were in demand. Yeah. And I could complete the program in 4 years, and I could make decent money. So the plan was I was going to go to Grambling major in nursing, because at the time Grambling had the #1 nursing school in the state. Okay. Almost in the country. Wow. And so I was going to major in nursing, get my bachelor's in nursing. I was going to go back and get a master's and become a nurse anesthetist. Okay. And that was my plan. Okay. So that was my plan graduating from high school. But when I got to college, I got connected with a campus ministry there and started serving. And I was just serving, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the pastor found out I sing, asked me would I join the praise team. So I'm singing in the background on the praise team, you know, just chilling. But like, you know what I'm saying, I was working the sound, you know what I'm saying, for him and everything. And then like the next year, our praise and worship leader took a co-op, so she was going to be gone the fall semester. So he was like, man, Al, the Lord told me to tell you lead in worship. I was like, nah, the Lord didn't tell you that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then like, boom, like, bro, we used to have Grambling upside down. It was crazy because we were a ministry that we weren't it wasn't a Baptist.
Okay.
It wasn't a part of the BCM or the BSU.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like this was an extension of the Assembly of God Church,
Okay.
but we were all black. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so the style of music, what we would do is we would go to these conferences and camps with the Assembly of God, and they open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
Yeah.
So they singing like that, and I'm like, And so Pastor like, yo, man, we want to sing that song. And I'm like, we ain't finna sing it like that. So we come back, you know what I'm saying, and we giving them that.
Yeah.
We singing it, but it's on the
for sure.
you know what I'm saying? And so it just blew, bro. Like, you know, and served there, and then that campus pastor decided to start a church, and I was a praise and worship leader there. And then like but during that period where he was thinking about starting a church and everything like that, I felt strongly to call the ministry.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I'm not finna do it. Like I cause all I could think about replaying. Boy, you look like a preacher.
Right.
I want to do everything except that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm
That
saying?
inspired.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I want to do everything except that. And so but I ended up, you know what I'm saying, like just, you know what I'm saying, answering the call to God. And
What age was this?
18.
Really?
Yeah.
So you was a freshman?
No, I was a sophomore.
Sophomore? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
So was it this? What? Because everybody had a story. The Lord, hey, you supposed to be preaching? Was it?
Nah. It wasn't even on nothing like that. It was just like one day I was like, my vehicle is my sanctuary.
Okay.
So one day I'm riding in my car, and it was just like I had this daydream, and it was just me standing on the platform, and I didn't know what I was saying.
Okay.
But I'm in a daydream,
Yeah.
and so it was just like the unction. It wasn't like, you know, the Lord sat me down and you know he spoke something. It was just the unction. I knew, you know what I'm saying, that, and even more so, I fought.
Wow.
But it was like every now and again, man, I just be chilling. Then I just had a daydream, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying. So I did, you know what I'm saying, talk to my campus pastor about it, and you know what I'm saying, he was like, I've been waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, the Lord been waiting on you too. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned a lot under him, man. We went through a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of growing pains. But
for sure.
I remember, man, one day he wasn't prepared to preach. He wasn't prepared to preach in the evening service.
Okay.
And then he was just like, all right, so tonight y'all gonna preach. He said, Al, you first, Mike, you second. You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da. And like, we wasn't, like,
What you went for?
I wasn't ready.
Do you remember?
I wasn't ready.
Did you say anything?
Oh yeah, I don't know what I said.
You remember what you said?
Nah, it was some bull Deion say some bull jive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Did they get with you?
Bruh, like, I don't know if they got with me or not. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that my man was like, when he said it, he saw the fear in my face. And he was like, you know, the Bible say be in season and out of season, you gotta be ready. And I was like, huh? But from that moment to this day, I'm never without.
Yeah. Always ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
like,
It taught you something.
Yeah, huh?
For sure.
What? Like,
For sure.
I got them like stacked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't
Like,
gonna catch me out going.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Even if I gotta go to the fire, like, man.
What kind of crowd we got in?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, no, man. I'm telling you, yeah, man. But yeah, man, that was what that is, and it's just kind of where it is.
So let me go back. Did you start doing the nursing thing, or did you change? Yeah.
So
how
I
long
got
did
it.
that
I got
go?
in nursing school.
Okay.
I was in level 1.
Okay.
I completed level 1.
Okay.
And that was when I felt the call to youth ministry.
Okay.
And so I was feeling it heavy. And then on top of that, I had like a lot of confirming things. One, I don't handle death and dying well. Like to this day, I don't handle death and dying well at all. Yeah. So we had I was working at the time, it was called the North Louisiana Rehab Hospital in Ruston.
Okay.
That was when my clinicals were.
I got you.
And we just were helping people that probably like had strokes or something like that, like get motor skills back and stuff like that. And we had a patient that coded, and man, I heard that lady cry, and I cried right there with her. And they was like, "You can't do that."
Yeah.
And I was like,
"You gotta do your job."
I was like, "No, I can't do." You know what I'm saying? And then like, I just started really checking myself, like, why do you want to do this? Is this what you like to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I started realizing, I was like, you know, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Then I knew that like youth and young adults were like where I felt like I felt like, what would a kid when I was 13 or 14, what would they have needed? What did I need
I got you.
when I was that age? And it was like, I wish I could talk to me when I was then. So I was like, I could talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying, it's the call to youth and young adult ministry was just really, really heavy. And I was like, bro, I don't want to be a nurse.
Okay.
I don't want to do this. I was like, what do I like to do? And it was two things. It was like music or math.
Okay.
And I didn't care for the full music department, and I was good at math. So I thinking, I was like, I remember the questions I used to ask in math, and I was like, man, well, what am I going to do with math? I said, so I looked at the secondary education degree with math at Grambling, and then I looked at the pure mathematics degree. I lined them up, and like the pure mathematics degree covered so much more, so many more topics than education, because, you know, secondary, it taught more education, more pedagogy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And not really, they got into psychology, teaching and everything like that more than they did math.
Gotcha.
I was like, if you finna teach somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, you need to know the antiderivative of, you know what I'm saying, 3x.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. So I was like, you know, well, I'm gonna do math. I'm majoring in pure math. And so I changed my major to pure mathematics. But before that, I was thinking about dropping out of college altogether and going to seminary.
And just doing ministry.
Yeah, but to this day, I don't, and I apologize.
God
I don't subscribe to one particular denomination's thought enough to be licensed by them.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, you know.
Yeah.
So so I didn't go to seminary, and I just, you know, completed my degree in pure mathematics from Grambling and started teaching school.
The plan was to be a teacher when you got the degree?
Actually, I had a job offer with the CIA, but that was, I had never been outside of the state of Louisiana.
Oh,
I
really?
was scared to move to D.C. And then, I really wanted to impact kids, and I really started looking at that, like, you know, my senior year, I started looking at teaching here, and I wanted to go back to Carroll High School, and I wanted to let Mr. Rush take his exit, and I be, you know what I'm saying, like the guy who fills in his spot, because Walter Rush, rest his soul, was like
the math teacher.
I mean, just you know what I'm saying, and he's a legend at Carroll, you know what I'm saying, and that was my plan. Like, I was gonna go back to Carroll and not just impact the school as a teacher, but I wanted to, like, just be a light, you know what I'm saying, and like reach youth, and you know what I'm saying, and so that was the plan, but it didn't work out that way. I went to Carroll Junior High my first year, and then went to Richwood the next 12, but that was just, you know what I'm saying, that was pretty much, you know what I'm saying, what it was when I left college. So.
Okay, so we're now early 20s. You still doing ministry?
Yeah.
You switched the plan to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Or to get your degree in math.
Yeah.
Fast forward to when the music, Big Al, tell me when that came about.
So this is hilarious. I'm teaching school at Carroll Junior High. Okay. And there's a lady, shouts out to Vanessa Renee Small. Okay. She was working on a project with Danny Wiley. Okay. There was a lady named Tanya Leonard that was a paraprofessional at Carroll Junior High, and Vanessa asked Tanya and I would we sing background on her album, and we was like, I was like, sure, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, prior to that, I had one studio experience when I was in college. We recorded a rendition of a song. The girl that was the assistant praise and worship leader with me, co-praise and worship leader with me, her name was Courtney Smith. She had done a rendition of a song, and we went to Duron Studios in Shreveport and recorded that. And that was my first time ever been in the studio. But then this was my second time, and she asked me to come in. And so I go in, and, you know what I'm saying, I'm, you know, holding it to the part, you know what I'm saying, everything. And so then Danny go, say, bro, you, shouts out to Danny Wiley.
For sure.
He said, say, bro, you ever thought about recording? And I was like, I thought about it. He was like, hey, if you ever want to record, let me know. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then, you know, I used to sing on Lamb Broadcasting, the Christian TV station that we had here. And people used to always say, "You got a CD? You got a CD?" So I went to what used to be Air Recording Studios. It was in the building that 88.7 The Cross is now, and where Strictly Us photography is. It was on the first floor.
Really?
And Trenton Dick, shout out to Trenton Dick. He was the engineer in there. And I went in there and I recorded like 5 Fred Hammond songs. Like, here we are, let's get on a call. It was the worst recording ever. Like,
wow.
it was the worst. Oh man, it was horrible. So anyway, I had a myriad of jobs in between me becoming like just my whole life until I became a teacher. And one of my former coworkers just gave me a keyboard. He was like, he don't use it anymore. So I started trying to make beats. So I had made this one beat. I had this one beat. I was foolish. Don't get it twisted. You feel me? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Had this beat. And so I had wrote this song called Dance With Me. You feel me? And so I hit Danny up and I was like, yo, man, like, what can we do? You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, come through. So I go to his house and, you know what I'm saying, we started working and we started working on that song. And then I didn't know that Danny was like a producer, like Danny made beats. So Danny asked, you know, he was like, man, I can make you some beats. So we worked out a deal for him to, like, you know what I'm saying, make me some beats for my new album. So I started working on the project. So at this time, I'm 20. This was in 2002 when we started working on it. 2001 when we started working on it. 2002 we really started working on it. And so we started doing this album, man. And I'll never forget, bro. My first album, for all intents and purposes, is called The Next Level. And I sing on the majority of the album. Okay. The song Dance With Me, like, it had an open part on it. And I was like, man, what I know what, I should put a rap here. You feel me? And so I was like, all right, Danny, I'm gonna record this rap I just wrote. So he was like, all right, bro. So he hit record and I started rapping and I got through. I said, play it back. He played it back. I was like, and I was like, so what you think? He was like, you want to be honest, bro? And I said, yeah. He was like, that's trash, bro. like, this is like what he told me. He was like, man, that's not good. He was like, I don't care if you're doing it for the Lord or not, man. You gotta come better than that. So then Danny, a lot of people don't know, he used to be a part of this group called Black Mafia Clan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they had like a good buzz in the South for, you know what I'm saying, a minute back in the 90s. And so he just started playing me some of their stuff, and I was like, these dudes sounded way hard. Like, this was like 4 years earlier. And they stuff sounded way better than what I was doing right there. And anytime somebody challenged me, I'd be like, oh, okay, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So he talked about me real bad. So I had to, you know, go and put that pen down. And then I came back, you know what I'm saying? And then I ended up doing like 4 rap songs on the album. And so by chance, or not chance, God just did what he does. 2003 is when I met Slade. You know what I'm saying? I met B Slade, formerly known as Tone. And when I met him, it was like, boom. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know, he put me into his faction of artists, his collective of artists called Neuro Inc. But I was the internet guru. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would, like, leak all of his songs to, like, Black Planet. You know what I'm saying? MySpace. Like, I would drop on the gospelflavor.com message boards. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I would just drop like a random Tony. They were like, oh, Tony dropped a song. Like, you know, it was like, you know, because creating a buzz. And so one day he called me and he was like, yo, what up? I said, what? He was like, no, he was like, Ink. I said, Ink set. He was like, what you doing? I said, just up studio. I said, just up studio? He said, what are you doing? I said, finishing my album. He said, you do music?
Oh, he didn't know you.
Nah, because I didn't come at him like that. When we met in Baton Rouge, he was doing a show. After the show, the first lady who had booked him there, we had connected, and she had invited me to come to their house and have dinner with Tone. And then like she was an up and coming artist at the time too, and she was like, Tone, you got to show me these dances you be doing. So Tone made it a contest. So he was like, anybody want to learn these 8 counts, blah, 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 blah. So when it come to dancing, I'm like, what's happening? Yeah. So I got on the floor. So it's like he would just keep adding to the 8 counts. And when you couldn't get it, you had to sit down. Yeah. Well, next thing you know, it's just me and him on the floor. And I'm like, hitting him, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, bro, you could dance. I said, if you ever need a big boy to come out on stage, which say less. Yeah. But that was all we ever talked about. We never talked about music. But what was crazy, what was crazy that night, when he got through singing, he came back out because I was getting ready to leave, and the lady stopped me, and she was like, one of the ladies, she was like, First Lady, want to see you before you leave. Okay. So I was like, okay. So I go back in the sanctuary and I'm chilling, and then he came back out to sign some autographs with some of the kids. Right. So he looked around and said, hey, bro, I need to holler at you. So I'm like, and you got to understand, at this time, Tone was
Is this make me over?
No, this was the re-release of Pronounced Tone before 02.
Gotcha.
Before God Has Not Forgot. This is in that. No, actually, this is after God Has Not Forgot came out.
Wow. So yeah,
this
was, of the world.
Yeah, this is About a Thing and God Has Not Forgot.
Gotcha.
And so after he got done talking to them, he called me up. He was like, bro, have I met you before? And I was like, yeah. Last year I snuck in the press room at Stella Awards, and we took a picture together. He was
snuck in the.
I mean, no, not last year. Last month. It was like a month prior to that, in January. Okay. So I snuck into the press room and took a picture with you, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't remember that." I was like, "Yeah, you had your hair in like spikes and stuff." And he was like, "Oh yeah, Japanimation." Yeah, I don't remember that. I was like, "Yeah." Well, so I did. He was like, "Did I meet you at a concert when I kicked my 2-way off?" And I was like, "You remember that?" So I was at Six Flags with a group of kids, and Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin were performing. Yolanda brought Tone out during her set. Tone was performing About a Thing, and he started dancing, and his 2-way flew off into the audience.
That's a 2-way.
Yeah, 2-way, man. I picked up his 2-way and I gave it to the security guard. He remembered the whole thing.
Wow.
Remembered the entire color outfit I had on.
Wow.
And I was like,
but didn't remember me from the month before.
It was weird. Yeah, it was crazy. So then he was like, you knew you were Ink already, didn't you? And that's when I was like, nah. So he started running. Then he was like, hold on, Mark. And Mark was his assistant at the time. He was like, Mark. He told Mark something. Mark left. He talked to Tommy. Mark came back. And then he was like this. He was like, bro, it's good to meet you. And I was like, oh, okay. And I dabbed him, and he put something in my hand. And he was like, I just want to sow seed into what I know is going to be an exceptional ministry. Wow. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just put it in my pocket, you know. Yeah. But later on, I look, he had gave me $200. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even that. It's just like off the jump. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We connected, and that at that setting, he gave me his cell phone, his house number, Yvette's number, Mark's number. Like, he was like, bro, stay in touch with me. Then he was like, matter of fact, have you ever heard of the Gospel Heritage Praise and Worship Conference? And I was like, yeah. He said, can you meet me in Atlanta next week? He was like, if you get there, I'll pay for everything. I just need you to get there. And I was like, I was teaching school. I was like, and we in the middle of like getting ready for testing. I was like, I'm gonna have to see. And so I didn't go. And that's where he sung "To Know You, Lord." That just killed when he had the lavender suit on. Yeah. And so yeah, man. So he was like, so that was how I never told him about. Because we never talked about me being an artist or anything like that. And then when he started telling me about things he wanted me to do, I never was just like, oh, well, let me just tell you that, you know what I'm saying? I do music, you feel me? And so he ended up like, you know what I'm saying? When we were on the phone, he was like, you do music? I said, yeah. He said, I want to hear it, man. Send it to me. Yeah. He said, I want to hear it. Like, can you send it to me tomorrow? I was like, yeah. So I had Danny make a whole CD of it, overnighted that mug to him. Yeah. To this day, he's never opened it.
Microphone check. 1, 2. Grab you a partner, and I'll grab 2. Turn the music up, going 5 to the queue. We about to cruise to a new altitude. Everybody in the place, legacy groove. It's a party every time I hit the good news. If they're sleeping on you, let them ride that snooze. Stay encouraged, dreams do come true, come true. Verse 1. Alarm went off 3:30 in the morning. Grab a knee, say a prayer, that's my atonement. Trouble don't last, it's only for a moment. Looked in the mirror, gotta face my opponent. Declare my day, gotta renew my mind. Gonna be great, cause the greater one lives inside.